Clement with Kathy by Design, and I'm so glad that you could join me here today because I have the sweetest project to share with you. I love making baby things. I think we all do. And this is, I'm calling this my Welcome We Won Baby Folio. It's made with a whole pile of beautiful stamps and dies from Tammy Tutterow. I've made this for the Friday Focus at the Frilly and Funky blog, and I'll tell you more about that at the end of this video. But for now, let's just take a look at this lovely folio. This is one of my famous hybrid cards. It looks like a top fold card, but I actually score in an extra ½ inch spine so that I can fill the inside up with all kinds of wonderful goodies. This one measures 5½ by 7½, so it's fairly large. And I'll just show you very quickly the items that I used to make this. The papers, before I forget, are Graphic 45 Baby to Bride Deluxe Collector's Edition. So I started with the stamp, and this is again by Tammy Tutterow. And I love this because it's the stamp and the die combo. So you stamp it, then you cut it out with the die, and it's already shaped. It's very easy to use. And these are all available at the Frilly and the Funky Junky Boutique. Then here's the Dear Ruby stamp that I used to add some text stamping to the background. This is a wonderful, huge background stamp. Then I made my flowers with Shabby Posies and the leaves from the Pom Pom Posies. And these flowers, I have to say, they're such a joy to work with. I cut them out of patterned paper and they turn out so beautiful, and they're really versatile. And then this little guy, the mini tag book, this is the most fun. I have the best time, and if you follow my blog at all, I know you've seen this because I've used it bunches of times, and you'll see it again today. And then Shorty Tags, which is this wonderful short tag with all these variations of dies that you can use to put a decorative border on the bottom, and that's a great die as well. And then the paper bag envelope, and finally, last but not least, this is, if you can only buy one Tammy Tutterow die, this is the one you want because these are so versatile. You get 8 of these wonderful little shorty tabs in one package, and I use them for all sorts of different things. So now let's just take a closer look. And speaking of the shorty tabs, here they are. I cut these out to be a banner on the top of my card. Isn't that precious? You can use them as tabs on file folders. You can use them for all sorts of things. Here's the stamped sentiment. I just stamped it in black ink directly onto the patterned paper from the collection, colored it in with colored pencils, and then came back with glossy accents to just add some dimension. Look at these darling little pea pods. Is that not the cutest thing ever? And then that brings us down here to these wonderful Shabby Posies. I love these guys. I love making them. I love the way they turn out. You can make them look like rosebuds. You can make them look like fully opened roses. These are kind of scrunched up, and they make me think of dianthus, which is beautiful to put on a baby card. So, and then all this lovely greenery that just adds so much fullness and texture. That's cut with the Pom Pom Posy die. And then this really pretty hand-dyed seam binding ribbon. So that's the outside of the card. Then inside, you open it up, and this is what I mean by a hybrid card, because inside there's all these goodies. And we'll just start on the top, where I've used the paper bag die to create this sweet little pocket that I've stuffed with this darling little die made with, I'll show you again, it's made with this mini tag book. And this is just the sweetest thing. Covered it with designer paper. You cut 2 of the covers, and then it actually even, there's the die in there to cut the papers and to cut the reinforcer closer. So I just shut this one with the brad. Sometimes I use ribbon. So the brad comes out, the album opens, and you can see it's tiny and sweet. Here's a little pocket. You could tuck a gift card in there or some cash. This is the best little grandma's brag book in the world. And I always glue my embellishments down so that the photos can go underneath. Wouldn't this be sweet to carry in your purse with pictures of your brand new baby? and room for journaling. Again, that's not glued all the way down. And then a little chipboard at the back. And then it just closes up and goes in the pocket. So I just think these are the cutest things I've ever seen, and I've made them over and over and over again. I never get tired of working with this die. So this just slips right inside this nifty little paper bag that you, and the beautiful thing, I mean, you can buy little paper bags, but I made this with the designer paper, and it's just fabulous. It's got a real boutique look. Then down on the bottom, I turned a tag from the paper collection into a pocket, and I used that Shorty Tags die to cut out an image from the pattern paper, and then added this double layer of the fancy borders that come with the die. And then on the back you could put a photo, you could add journaling, and then I made a little folio. This is just with folded paper, chipboard from the collection. The belly band slides off, and there's room in here to add a whole bunch of photos and a gift card pocket. So that is the project. And now the good news is all Tammy Tutterow stamps and dies are on sale from today for the next 2 weeks at the Funky Junky Boutique online. And that means that you're going to save 15% over her regularly marked down price for a total of 35% off. So if you love Tammy Tutterow and you've been waiting to get some of her stamps and dies, now is the time. I hope I've shared some ideas with you that you can use in your own crafty adventures. And I hope I've inspired you to get out your paper and your scissors and your glue and get your craft on. Have a great day. Bye.